there, Generosas. Welcome back to the YouTube. Today, we're going to be looking at the craziest things people would do for $1 million. Now, as this video goes on, the things people do get more and more crazy. So make sure you stick around to the end to see what the last one is. It's actually insane. Before we start, guys, I just want to point this out. Of all of you guys that watch my videos, only 24.4% of you are subscribed. So if you watch these videos and you enjoy them, then please do subscribe and become a member of the channel. Okay, so the first thing that 80% of people would do for $1 million is get punched in the face by Mike Tyson. To be fair, I think I would do that. I mean, he would knock me out, but I think it would be worth it. AKA, would you accept a broken nose for $1 million? Yeah. I mean, a broken nose is going to fix. It might not be the same, but it might be all right. The next one, 75% of people would sit in a bath with snakes. No amount of money would get Indiana Jones to accept this offer. Yeah, I think I would do this. Snakes aren't my favorite thing in the world, but how long do you need to be in the bath for? It doesn't say that, does it? You could literally be in there for 5 seconds and then get back out. Let's assume it's like a normal bath time. So what's that, like 10, 15 minutes? Maybe 20? Some people might be in a bath for longer, but I could do that. 70% of people would post clothesless pics to OnlyFans. Over 7,000 creators join the platform each day. What are the odds your parents see? Oh my god, yeah, that would be bad. It doesn't say that you have to show your face. You could just show the bottom half of you. And it doesn't say how many pics, so I'm saying I'm going to do that. I'm doing that for $1 million. 68% of people would work 100 hours a week for a year. Oh my god, that's so much. That is so much work. After work and sleeping, you'll have 1.5 hours a day of free time. Use it wisely. You know what? I don't think I actually would do that. I think life's too short and that would just be so much work. Like, if you're working 100 hours a week, you'd want $1 million for that, wouldn't you? That was so much work. I don't know, maybe I would. 66% of people would lose all of your hair forever. 53% of middle-aged males are already bald. Why delay the inevitable? Yeah, that's true. You are going to become bald anyway. So you could just go bald earlier and get $1 million. Amazing. When it says lose all of your hair, I'm assuming it means hair, eyebrows, facial hair, pubes. That wouldn't be ideal. I don't know. Would I do it? Yeah. It's $1 million. Come on. Don't forget, guys, as this video goes on, these things get more and more crazy. 64% of people would change their name to Molester. Becoming a laughingstock for your entire life. You'll be laughing in $signs, though. Oh, would I change my name to Molester? That is a tough one. Oh, my God. That's hard. It's hard. I really have to think about this one. I feel like, yeah, I make comedy videos, so I might as well make the rest of my life a comedy. It's $1 million, come on. There's not a lot of things I wouldn't do for $1 million. Well, we're about to find out. 62% of people would sit in the most silent room for 1 day. Only 1 day. Sounds easy enough, but the world record time in this room is just 41 minutes. I've heard about this because apparently the room is so silent, it's so eerily quiet. They go insane and they just can't hack it. So yeah, I'd definitely give it a go. I don't know if I'd be able to do 24 hours, but it sounds like it would be easy, but apparently it's not. 60% of people would get a tattoo on your forehead. Worst of all, your worst enemy gets to decide it. How bad can it be? Oh god. I don't think I would do that. If my worst enemy gets to decide what tattoo I have on my forehead for the rest of my life, no, I wouldn't do it. I suppose there's ways you could cover it up, and you would get $1 million, but you'd still have to cover it up though, and it would just be... I don't know. That's a tough one. Would you guys do that? I'm saying no. 58% of people would streak through their hometown naked. Oh my god. Major balls for a major prize. Saying hello to the neighbors will never be the same. I think I would do that, mainly because my hometown has a population of about 10 people. Like, it's so quiet. I feel like I'd do that, and also I would just sprint. I would sprint through so nobody could see. They wouldn't see anything anyway. Okay, this is a good one. 56% of people would get stung by an executioner wasp. Now, this is supposedly the most painful sting known to mankind. You'll be fine in a week. If you're fine within a week, then I feel like it's worth it. But I need to see this. Executioner wasp. Oh my lord. Oh my god. That looks horrible. Look at that. It looks like the most deadly insect I've ever seen. But it is $1 million. What's $1 million in pounds anyway? It's actually 750 grand. Oh god. Bloody exchange rates, eh? It's still, I would get stung by that for 750 grand though. Yeah, definitely. If I'm fine within a week, I'm doing it. 54% of people would eat a live frog. French people will scoff at such a dare. High protein and tasty, apparently. Oh, God, imagine eating a live frog. Oh, you just have to start with the head and just do it really quick and hope it's a small frog as well. Like, yeah, I think I would do it, but I really would struggle. That would be so bad, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'm saying yes. I am in the 54% of people that would do that. 52% of people would eat the same food forever. You pick one food item and stick to it for life. Even pizza might get boring. Oh, I'm saying no. I'm saying no to that. Just because, yeah, it would get really boring. Whatever you pick, you're not going to get enough nutrition out of it because there's no single food item that's going to give you what you need to live. You'll just be like low energy all the time. So I'm going to say no to that. That's probably the most boring answer ever, but 50% of people would invite a haunted doll into their home. About 40% of Americans believe ghosts are real. Would you find out for 1 million? I think I would do that because then I could just pay a priest to remove it. So yeah. Easy 3 million. 48% of people would work for the mafia. A life of crime is nothing like what you see on GTA Kids. Wait, kids play that game? Yes, they do. I was one of those kids. No, I wouldn't work for the mafia because it sounds like really dangerous and just like the worst thing ever. Probably just get stabbed one day for like eating another gangster's food. Just stealing their banana. They just kill you for it. There's some things that are worth $1 million, but that is not one of them. Oh, these things are getting more and more ridiculous. 46% of people would stay inside for 5 years. Some of you guys do this already. May as well get paid in the process. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. You're just wasting your life. You just sat inside. No, no, no. I suppose it's just 5 years and then you could I don't know. I'm saying no to that one. I think that would be really boring. Especially in these years of my life. Like, I'm 24. Like, the next 5 years are some key points. I don't want to be stuck inside. 44% of people would give up the internet forever. 37% of the global population have never used the internet. Wow. How hard can it be? I'm going to say no to that purely because of what I do. I'm literally a YouTuber / TikToker / influencer. So if I didn't have the internet, I'd be pooped. I couldn't work. And I'm not gonna work for the mafia. 42% of people would suck a crusty toe. A 90-year-old with an infected pus-oozing foot volunteers as tribute. Oh, good. Doesn't say how long you have to suck it for, though. Maybe it's just a little... just a little... I'm gonna say yes, I would do that, and then I would just absolutely wash my mouth out with with Listerine for about a week after doing that. But you get, $1 million. I'm surprised only 42% of people would do it. Like, that's so much money. Okay, this is where it gets interesting. 40% of people would fake their own death. A fresh start. Do you have the soul to leave your family and friends believing the worst? Faking your death? I mean, no. I like my friends and family. I don't want to start again. I'd have to start a whole nother YouTube channel and then people will be like, hang on, isn't that JJ Rose? Why has he started a new YouTube channel? I'm called Mo Lester. Started a new life, call myself Mo Lester. I'm saying no to that one. I wouldn't do that. But apparently 40% of people would do it. 38% of people would stop washing themselves for 1 year. The stench, the infections, the extra layer of dead skin lining your body. Ew, that would be horrible. I'm pretty sure if I did that, my girlfriend would break up with me. That would be so bad, wouldn't it? You would just, as it says, the infections, like you'd just start stinking and you'd be like itchy a whole year. Imagine having a shower or a bath after a whole year of not washing. It would feel so good just to get it all off of you. Is it worth it? Is it worth that for $1 million? I'm going to say no. I think it would just be horrible. No one would want to be around you or talk to you, be near you. just a whole year of loneliness. 36% of people would sacrifice a 50% chance at 10 million. 50% chance of 10 million or 100% chance of 1 million. Are you a betting guy? No. I would take the $1 million. I feel like that's not worth it. You're either going to give me $1 million or there's a 50% chance that $1 million is going to turn to 10 million, but there's also a 50% chance it could turn to nothing. I'm taking the $1 million. $1 million's a lot of money. It's not worth the risk. 34% of people would lose a random organ. Wow. Really? 34% of people would do that. Another game of chance. Lose an appendix, no probs. Lose a brain, game over. Yeah, I mean, I suppose there's a lot of organs, so chances are you might land on one that's not that necessary. But saying that, I'm pretty sure all of your organs are necessary. I also don't have an appendix, so I can't lose that. I've already had surgery to remove it. So I'm going to say no to that one. That's just not... Like, imagine you lose your heart. You're like, yes, okay. You press a button and all of a sudden you're like... Or you lose your lungs. That would be horrible, wouldn't it? What a way to go. 32% of people would sing to a crowd of 100,000 people. Oh my god. 75% of people have a fear of public speaking. This is next level. I mean, that would be horrible. But I think what I would do is I would announce to the crowd before singing. I'll be like, guys, look, I'm getting $1 million for this. I am not good at singing. Can you all just pretend to enjoy it anyway? I feel like they'd understand. And then I'd give it my best go. And they'd probably all laugh at me. But I get $1 million for it, so it's all right. I'm saying this now, but 100,000 people is a lot. That would be really scary. Let me know, would you do that? 30% of people would never wear shoes again. Get used to dirty, calloused hobbit feet. Try to avoid stepping in glass. Yeah, that's... I don't think I would do that, you know. Unless... I can't think of any, like, obvious ways around it. But I'm just thinking, like, you know, if you've got to go to a wedding in the future and you're wearing, like, a 3-piece suit, you know, nice trousers, nice belt, and then you're just barefoot, people be like, what the hell? You look like a smart homeless person. It would be so strange. Yeah, I'm saying no. I'm going to say no. But apparently 30% of people would do it. Yeah, I mean, it is $1 million, but I feel like it's not worth it for that. 28% of people would stay awake for 1 week straight. Google the Russian sleep experiment if you dare. Okay, I feel like the only way I would do this one, I mean, I know what I feel like if I get 7 hours sleep instead of 8 hours sleep. Like, I just can't, I'm just the next day. So imagine a whole week of no sleep. I would feel like the only way I would do this is if this didn't have any long-term effects on my health. But I feel like it would. I don't know. If I ended up looking like this, then no, I'm not doing that. 26% of people would murder someone for $1 million. Really? It's that high? That's actually kind of scary. You must assassinate a high-profile VIP. Are you capable of murder? I must assassinate a high-profile... So you're definitely going to prison. So you get $1 million, but you also go to prison. That doesn't make any sense. It's so stupid. Are you capable of murder? Absolutely not. No. It's actually so scary that 26% of people would do that. 24% of people would lose their sense of taste. The pleasure of tasting your favorite food now gone forever. Oh, it'll make life so dull, wouldn't it? It's not really worth $1 million, I don't think. Like, you get $1 million, but then you can't taste a burger. Everything's just going to taste like water. It'll be like when you have COVID and you couldn't taste anything. It'll be like that for the rest of your life. That's not worth $1 million, surely. Don't forget, guys, these get more and more crazy as the video goes on. You are not going to believe the last one. 22% of people would eat nothing but pet food for the rest of their lives for $1 million. A study found that 8% of US pet owners have tried their pet's food. So gross. If we are talking for the rest of our lives, like, that is arguably worse than the last one, losing your sense of taste, because you can taste it and you have to eat nothing but pet food, which tastes horrible. So no, I would not do that. Wow, 20% of people would play Russian roulette. If you don't know, Russian roulette is where you put one bullet in a revolver gun, spin the barrel, and you have to shoot yourself. And there's obviously 17% chance of losing your life because you don't know where the bullet is. Don't ever try that. Not even for $1 million. No, I wouldn't do that. My life is not worth $1 million. The 20% of people that would do that are idiots. 19% of people would live on a desert island for 5 years. Are 5 years of loneliness worth the luxury that comes after? No. That would be horrible. Living on a desert island for 5 years, especially now, again, when I'm in my 20s. If it's going to be any time, it's going to be like, I don't know, when I'm in my 80s. No, probably wouldn't. It's just too long. 5 years is too long. 18% of people would randomize your appearance. Every feature is re-rolled, model or undateable, a grave risk for $1 million. Wow. So you just randomize every feature on you. Your eyes, your eyebrows, your ears, your face, your penis. Oh my god. It'd be like when you press the randomize button in a character customization thing in a game and you just never know what you're going to get. I'm going to say no. I wouldn't do that. I'm pretty happy with how I look now. I don't feel the need to change it at all. And I definitely wouldn't risk it. You don't get to choose either. It's just random. So I'm saying no. Might get like a massive nose and then tiny ears. And then just be like the most ugly person in the world. 17% of people would never be able to speak again. You join the 1% of US adults that use sign language. Up to the challenge? Would I get $1 million to never be able to speak again? I'm going to say no. Can you imagine these videos from now on would just be sign language? I would just be going... Nobody would watch my videos. The only people that watch my videos would be deaf people. 16% of people would morph into a goldfish for 1 month. Wow. Okay, this is an interesting one. Swimming around in your own poop in a tiny bowl for a month. No thanks. If you were going to do this, who would you pick out of your friends or family to look after you for that 1 month and trust that they didn't kill you? They didn't forget to feed you. They didn't forget to... I don't know what else you do with a goldfish. Probably just feed them. Probably just feed them, clean out your tank, and you have to trust that they're not going to kill you. I don't know. Either my mum or my dad, I think. God, that would be so... It's really risky, though, isn't it? What if they forget? I think I would say to them, right, if you do this, I'll give you half. I'll give you half the money. 15% of people would walk across 100 miles of Lego. The world record is just 5.5 miles. Do you really think you're capable? There's a world record for that? People have attempted to walk across 100 miles of Lego. It doesn't say anything about barefoot. I'm assuming they're barefoot. Yeah, because if you're wearing shoes, that would be kind of cheating. Would I walk across 100 miles of Lego? I mean, if the world record's 5.5 miles, I'm guessing I wouldn't be able to do it anyway. So I'm going to say no. If I had shoes, though, I'd do it. 14% of people would shrink their private parts to half the size. Oh, God. Remember, you must have at least an inch to offer to do this deal. All right. Well, I can't do it anyway then. Would I do that? No. I don't think I would. I feel like some things just not worth it. Like some things, when it comes to like changing your body, I feel like those things are just not worth it. 13% of people would chop off their little finger. That would be so bad. If you can get over the mental block, the doctors should be able to reattach it. Okay, because I was just thinking then, right, you see, I wouldn't have a little finger for the rest of my life. But if the doctors can reattach it, I don't know though. Imagine having a knife and just being like, right, I've got to do this. It's going to be $1 million. Oh, that would be so horrible. And the doctor's just waiting there. If you got the right circumstances, the doctor's waiting there to like ready to reattach it. It would still be horrible though, wouldn't it? Imagine doing that, cutting your finger off. I don't know. Would I do that? It's good. It's good. It's a good question. If it could be a reattach, it probably would never be the same though. I'm saying no. I wouldn't do that. We're going to move on. But would you do that? Let me know in the comments. Next one. 12% of people would write a 10-page essay every day. Stay in school, kids gets a whole new meaning. A 10-page essay every day? What, for the rest of my life? For $1 million? No. No, thank you. Not worth it. Unless I can just copy and paste from the last one, then it'll be worth it. If I have to rewrite something new every day, then that's going to take up, that's going to be like 100 hours a week. I suppose I would get a lot quicker at writing very quickly if I had to do it every day, but no. 11% of people would serve 20 years in prison for $1 million. Time is one of the most valuable assets in the world. You can't ever earn it back. Exactly. So that's why I'm saying no. We're getting to the juicy ones now, guys. 9% of people would get $1 million if they had to poop it out as $1 coins. Oh my God. Let's imagine a $1 coin is the size of a £1 coin. I think it probably is. Would I poop out 1 million of those? Imagine you're told you have to poop out 1 million $1 coins. And if you stop before you've pooped out 1 million, then you don't get any of the coins. You have to poop out 1 million of them to get the million. Would you do it? I don't know. How hard would it be? I feel like it would really hurt. But a £1 coin isn't that big. Hang on, let me get one. Okay, so £1 coin, right? Imagine it's the same as $1. I feel like you could poop that out. That wouldn't be too bad. I feel like my poos are bigger than that. But 1 million of them. Imagine the toilet. Imagine the noise it would make. Dropping a load of $1 coins in there. £1 coin. Yeah, I feel like I could do that. So I'm going to say yes. It'll probably destroy my asshole, but I'm going to do it anyway. 5p coin. Yeah, easy. £2 coin. Pooping that out? I don't know. That's going to hurt. Worst one yet. 50p is bloody sharp. That is going to destroy you from the inside out. So I'm going to say yes. 8% of people would forget all of their memories. Every memory prior to this deal lost. Friends, family, your childhood, all forgotten for $1 million. So basically, you just reset. All you know is you've got $1 million. That's all you remember. That's all you know. You don't even know how you got the $1 million. I'm gonna say no. Absolutely not. I would not want to forget all my memories. I've had a lovely childhood. I've got some lovely friends. I don't want to forget. I don't want to forget all that. Oh, we're getting to the last ones now. 7% of people would get struck by lightning. Your odds of survival are about 90%. Man up and feel the burn. Yeah, survival is 90%. But would you be affected afterwards as well? So it's 10% chance of you dying, 90% chance of survival, but you also might have like some sort of long-term effect after that. I'm saying no, because I don't want to die. Again, it's just not worth the life. It's not worth the life risk. 6% of people would sleep in a room with 10,000 spiders. Arachnophobia or not, such an offer would guarantee nightmares. I actually hate spiders, but I feel like this would be my chance to overcome that fear. I feel like if I had to sleep in a room with 10,000 spiders, I might lose the fear. Either that or make it 1,000 times worse. But I feel like if it's for $1 million, then I might give it a go. 5% of people would lose their sense of sight, so they'd go blind. Going blind is the biggest fear of most Americans. I'm sure you could adapt. I'm sure you could adapt, but imagine losing your... It's not worth it. Imagine going blind for $1 million. That's so stupid. Like, quality of life just goes straight down. Straight down the plunger, doesn't it? 4% of people would take part in a dangerous drug trial. It has the potential to go wrong and kill you or cause life-changing side effects. Then absolutely not. No, I'm not doing that. 3% of people would age 10 years suddenly. Kids might love becoming grown-ups overnight, but most adults hate aging. Oh my god, imagine if you were 10 years old and you suddenly aged overnight to 20. It would be like the film Big. All of a sudden, there'll be a load of 20-year-olds running around that have the mentality of a child. That would be really funny. I wouldn't do that, no. Apparently, only 3% of people would do that, and I can see why. Time is valuable. You can't get time back. 2% of people would make their private parts fall off. Really? As if you were ever going to use them anyway. Free money. Oh my god. I would not. Would I lose my schween, my schlong, for $1 million? No, I would not. Unless I could pay to get it, like, reattached. Probably not. 1% of people would enter the back rooms. With entities like the nurse, death moths, facelings, and hounds, you'd be dead fast. Well, if I'm going to die, it's probably not worth the milli, is it? Okay, we've made it to the last 3, guys, so stick with me. 0.5% of people would murder their whole family. Only heartless psychopaths would be capable of such a terrible deed. Really? 0.5% of people would do that. That's actually an alarming amount of people that would do that. Wow. They are definitely psychos. It sounds like they're all year 7 chaps. 0.2% of people would fight a polar bear. They stand up to 10 feet tall and weigh as much as a grand piano. Yeah, good luck. I feel like 0.2% of people are a bit stupid. They're just going to get ripped to fucking shreds. Okay, and we've made it to the last one. 0.1% of people would live forever. This is an interesting one. A win-win at face value, but think about it. Wouldn't this become a curse? You'd live forever, so you would see your family die, you'd see all your friends die, you'd make new friends, sure, but then they'd grow up and they'd die. Oh my god, yeah. I don't know. And then eventually, the Earth would die, and then you're just flying through space, inevitably. I feel like, yeah, at face value, that sounds great, but then you look at it and you're like, oh my god, this is so depressing. Oh my. So I'm going to say no. I don't think I actually would. And apparently only 0.1% of people would do it. What an interesting question. Let me know in the comments, guys. Would you live forever for $1 million? Okay, we've made it to the end of the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. It's a bit of a different one, but I enjoyed it. I feel like there's not a lot of things I wouldn't do for $1 million. But at the same time, there's a lot of stupid things on this list that are just like, why would you do that anyway? I wouldn't do it for any amount of money. Okay, that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and become a member of the channel. Take it easy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!